Ring culture. Ring culture is a term that's being thrown around a lot, and it's a topic of discussion that comes up a whole lot when discussing who is the greatest of all time. It's constantly brought up in the debate between Michael Jordan and LeBron James, for example. How many rings does LeBron have? How many rings does Jordan have? The way I see it, ring culture in a definition is basically you justify greatness based on how many championships a player has won, yet you're doing it in a team sport concept, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Look at, for example, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, any team sport. If you win a championship, that is a team accomplishment. That is not an individual accolade. If you're a track star, winning the 100 meters, winning a gold medal, that is an individual accomplishment in an individual sports setting. When you include other people, you are just as reliant on them as they are reliant on you. So, ring culture to me has truly been hit hard when it comes to the debate shows. The first takes used to be called cold pizza and whatever else it used to be called. All the debate shows are what created to me the idea of ring culture, because when I was growing up, I don't remember seeing every single player judged by how many rings they've won. I don't remember it. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy. But literally every single year now, everything is based on, did you win the ring? Did you win the ring? Did you win the ring? And very recently, this has come up again. And LeBron James, in his own podcast with Steve Nash, Mind the Game, talked about ring culture. And I want to dig into this video because LeBron James talking about ring culture is kind of funny. But we'll talk about that. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Full Court Press, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this topic of discussion. So I'm going to play this video for you and you let me know your thoughts, but I'm obviously going to let you know mine because this is a topic that's really been one that's burned me like in my soul, because it's lost what the truth of sports is and its competition. So let's play this video here. Mm.
A ring is a team accomplishment. I don't know where it started. It's just it's a long conversation, especially when it comes to like, you know,
Yeah.
me individually. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport. You tell me, you know, Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley and Steve Nash, our wasn't unbelievable. Like, oh, they can't be talked about or discussed with these guys is because this guy won one ring or won two rings or won like it's just weird to me. It's like saying Peyton Manning can't be in the same room with Brady or Mahomes because he only has one ring.
So let's talk about this here. He is voicing his displeasure with ring culture, yet off the bat, Peyton Manning has two rings, not one. That's for starters. You should know the information first. But more importantly, so LeBron James, if ring culture and having a ring didn't matter to LeBron James, then why did LeBron James leave Cleveland the first time? Why was LeBron James so upset that they didn't win rings in Cleveland the first time? Why did he have to take his talents to South Beach, win in Miami, also lose, and then leave Miami and go back to Cleveland, win one time in 4 years in Cleveland, in large part because Draymond Green committed a dumb technical foul that got him ejected from game 5. And then on top of that, leaves Cleveland again to go to Los Angeles. Why has LeBron James constantly tried to stack the decks in his favor to win a ring? If ring culture wasn't so important to LeBron James, why has LeBron James constantly tried to win rings? Why has he constantly tried to chase rings? Forget about trying to win. He tries to chase rings. He stacks teams in his favor. He forces trades. He has done everything he can to bring the best talent in the world to play with him. Yet that type of thing did not go on in the 80s and even the 90s, where players did not leave the franchises they were drafted to. I get it. We're in a different generation. You have the power, you have the ability, you can make a move wherever you like. That's completely on you. You have that power. You also have the power to say, I'm not going to do that. Out of respect for the game that I love, my goal should be to win a ring, win a championship with the team that I came in with. We're not talking about role players here, people. We're talking about the stars of the game. Kareem, Magic, Bird, Jordan, Tim Duncan, heck, Karl Malone, John Stockton. You're not jumping around from team to team to team to team, hoping to find a way to win. And that's something that LeBron James has personally done in his career. Why is he doing it? He left Cleveland because they didn't have enough talent to help him win a ring. So he comes to Miami, loads the deck in Miami, wins a couple of rings, also chokes his ass off in one particular finals, which is why he will never be considered the GOAT. You cannot look like that in the finals and get shut down by marginal players and then sit here and act like you're the greatest of all time. That's just absolutely and preposterously ridiculous. And then in the meantime, cramp out of a game in game one of the 2014 finals, where couldn't keep playing because he got cramps. Never seen him get cramps before, never seen him get cramps after. But he got cramps in that game, and it cost Miami game one in that series against the San Antonio Spurs. Goes back to Cleveland. Why did he go back to Cleveland? He went back to Cleveland because Dwayne Wade wasn't Dwayne Wade anymore. So he wanted to go to play with the younger version of Dwayne Wade. That version of Dwayne Wade was Kyrie Irving. He also manages to make a trade to bring in Kevin Love. So he gets Kevin Love in the building. Back in the day, Magic Johnson played with one team. Michael Jordan played with one team. Larry Bird played with one team. Yeah, I know MJ at the end played for Washington. That doesn't matter. That doesn't count. That's not what we're talking about here. Isaiah Thomas won a championship, won two championships, in fact, with the Detroit Pistons. John Stockton and Karl Malone could have potentially gone somewhere else to try to figure out how to win a ring and try to beat Michael Jordan, but they didn't. They tried to do it together in Utah. It didn't happen. Does that diminish what Karl Malone did in the NBA? Does that diminish what John Stockton was in the NBA? Are the careers of these players, is the career of Charles Barkley any different because he didn't win a championship? Is Akeem Olajuwon a better player because he won two championships in the 2 years that Jordan wasn't there? Like this whole thought process that you win a ring that makes you better than you are. Is Robert Horry a better player than Karl Malone because he won 7 rings as a role player on a whole bunch of teams? Is Tim Duncan a better player than Charles Barkley or Karl Malone because he won 5 rings? No, he's probably a better player because he's just a better player and did everything right. And he's an all-time great. But it's not because he won rings. It's because what he was always the perfect quintessential player on a basketball team. Very smart, cerebral in thought, and got the job done. But it wasn't just simple. It wasn't simply because he won some rings. Now, when you look at Michael Jordan, naturally, his talent is insane. His scoring was off the wall. And yes, he won 6 championships. And once he started winning, nobody else could beat him. And that's largely why people consider him the greatest of all time. He was not only the greatest scorer of all time, the deadliest player of all time, but he's the greatest winner of all time in our generation. Yes, I specify our generation, as in the last 50 years. In that generation, no one has won more than Michael Jordan did, and he never gotten beat. Never got beat once he got there. So at the end of the day, can a ring differentiate between player A and player B? Sure, it can. But if player A has 5 rings and was a role player, does that make player A better than player B, who was a superstar on a team and never won a ring? Of course not. And that's the problem with ring culture. It's a team sport. It's a team sport. And if somebody gets injured, you're definitely impacted by that situation. But LeBron James has been jumping from team to team to team to team for years now. For years, he's been jumping from team to team, searching for the next ring. Rather than sticking with Cleveland like he did the second time, he should have stuck to Cleveland. No, he had to go to LA. And he had to find a way to pry Anthony Davis out of New Orleans. And we all know that he's part of the reason that Luka Doncic is now in Los Angeles as well. He's been doing this for years. So him sitting here acting like he's not part of the ring culture and he's not a major component of ring culture, yeah, it's just disingenuous. Do I think TV media have a major part of creating ring culture? Absolutely, yes, because that's all they talk about. They don't talk about how great players are. Is SGA a better player than Dwayne Wade because he won a ring? Dwayne Wade won a ring too. Is SGA a better player than, let's say, I don't know, Tracy McGrady because he won a ring? Maybe, or maybe not. Is the ring the difference? Maybe, maybe not. Like that's the thing. Is SGA a better player than Karl Malone was? Is he a better player than Charles Barkley was? Maybe, maybe not. Is Nikola Jokic an all-time great already because he won rings, or is he an all-time great because he's an all-time great? See, this ring culture is thought process, if we're basing it on rings, then the greatest player of all time is Bill Russell. But we know that's not the case. However, when you have that conversation with LeBron to Jordan, because this is what LeBron cares about, it's used against me. Yeah, because you lost 6 times, dude. That's why it's used against you. And because you tried to stack the deck at every given opportunity that you could to win a ring. Because you justify greatness and you quantify greatness as winning a championship. When the reality is, what the Cleveland Cavaliers did in LeBron's first year back, with everybody injured, was more impressive than anything he's ever done in his entire career. The way he played, even though he wasn't very efficient, that one year where people thought he was the finals MVP, even though they lost the series 4-2 to the Golden State Warriors, that was the most impressive he's been in his career in any finals series, because so much was on his back. If you give him the version of 2007 when they got swept by the Spurs, you have that version playing in 07, they win a couple of games against the Spurs because he had matured a great deal. But the fun, when but you're rich when you sit here and talk about ring culture, that you don't like it, but yet all you've done for your career is try to search for the next ring. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. This is Full Court Press, part of Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.